A reading from the Gospel of Luke. Jesus said also to the Pharisee who had invited him to dinner, "When you give a luncheon or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or rich neighbors, in case they may invite you in return, and you would be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind. And you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." If you have hung around religious or philosophical circles for any length of time, I am sure you will have heard the question posed, is it really possible for a human being, for a person, to give a gift? And if you hang around that conversation long enough, you'll hear about transactionalism and doing things in exchange, and that it's very difficult actually for us to really give a gift. And this is exactly what Jesus is pointing to in this portion of his sort of dinner discourse. He's been invited to hang out with the Pharisees, and he's teaching. And he says, make sure that when you are inviting people and extending your hospitality, that you don't fall into the trap of simply sort of changing back and forth who's got the baton. Oh, I'm going to invite you. Now it's your turn to invite me. Now it's my turn to invite you. And to just get into this transactionalism, which doesn't actually feel like a gift. And in some ways doesn't even then feel it completely like hospitality. It starts to feel like an exchange of yes, friendship, but also obligation. And so Jesus is trying to free those with whom he is dining, free them from this understanding that when we do something, when we give a gift, when we offer hospitality, that we should not only strive for that to be a true gift and true hospitality given without expectation of return, but that we help ourselves in that project of just simply giving if we intentionally give to someone who we know would have a very hard time reciprocating. It's a little bit counterintuitive to our way of being in the world, but Jesus is inviting us into this frame of mind. And he says, if you give to those who cannot possibly give back to you, then you'll be blessed, because you will be repaid at the end of time. You will be, this in some ways goes to your eternal credit. Now, I would argue, Jesus, that then if I'm doing that so that I will get another kind of hash mark in my Lisa's good deed columns, that's another kind of exchange, only this time between me and God. But I think we can only take one step at a time. And Jesus invites, in this context, in the context of a dinner party, he says, offer this hospitality to those who cannot return it to you. But for those who aren't really in a place where we can offer hospitality in that way, we do offer hospitality in other ways. We can offer the hospitality of a loving spirit, of a listening ear, of our presence. And to think about ways that we can offer that to those who cannot pay us back. I mean, obviously, in some of the things we do in places like St. James, when we have members of our community gather to create a meal and offer that hospitality to our neighbors near and far who come, and who we feed in many different ways, including with food, but also, as we say, we serve dignity along with those meals. And we do that by having a radical open hospitality for all who come, for treating people with the dignity in which they were created by God, and by giving to them those things that in some ways we are pretty sure they're not going to be able to give back to us in quite the same way. Where are the places in your life where you might stretch yourself and think a little bit about, how can I give in a way that that person, that organization can't possibly give back to me? How can I give in a way that I'm truly giving myself away, however that looks, my time, my money, my talents? How can I give myself away where it's truly gift, or as close as we limited human beings can come to that? So let that be your question this day, whether it's literally, as Jesus suggests, your dinner list next time you throw a banquet, or if it's another way that you offer yourself, offer of your gifts. Think about how it is you can give to somebody who you are pretty sure cannot repay you, and see what that does for your spiritual life, see what it does for your sense of connection to God. May God be with you in that invitation. May God bless you and keep you this day and always. Amen.